Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Word Sandwich. I am so happy that you're here with me again as we continue our look at the power of words in different mediums. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the written word in script form. Screenwriting is an amazing art, and many of the movies that I love are often heavily dialogue driven. And throughout the course of this show, there will be several times that I'll share with you films that are special to me or that I'm fond of. And I love good dialogue in films, monologues, whatever the case may be, because those kinds of films for me just show the absolute amazing way in which a story can be crafted through good dialogue. And so today we're going to take a look at a scene from one of my favorite films, 1997's Good Will Hunting, directed by Gus Van Sant. This movie was written by Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, and it was the film that really broke them into the movie business and established them as the filmmakers that they are today. The film stars Matt Damon and Ben Affleck along with Robin Williams and Minnie Driver. And the scene we're going to be looking at is a scene between Matt Damon's character Will Hunting and Robin Williams' character Sean Maguire, who is a college professor who also works as a counselor. The story is that Will Hunting is a 20-year-old who spends his days doing janitorial work at MIT. And we find throughout the course of the early portion of the film that he's, pretty much a genius, a prodigy. He has so much knowledge, primarily in the area of math, but he has also become a walking encyclopedia of all these many different topics and subjects. And so throughout the early portion of the film, we begin to really see the width and breadth of this character in terms of their knowledge. The character gets into some trouble and is ordered to do counseling as part of the sentence that he receives. This is where we begin to meet the character of Sean Maguire, and their early interactions when they first encounter one another are not good. If you've seen the film, then you know what I'm referring to. What it comes down to is Will Hunting's lack of trust in people in general is a wall that Sean Maguire, Robin Williams' character, has to overcome. But Sean Maguire really believes that it's got to be a mutual thing. And so in this scene, we get an opportunity through a very, very beautiful monologue to see Maguire's approach and explanation to the character of Will Hunting of what he sees in him. So today what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at that scene and really break down the power of the words that were written for this monologue. And as we do so, we'll gain an understanding of what good, strong screenwriting really can accomplish in the telling of a story in a film just like Good Will Hunting. So let's take a look, and we'll enjoy this clip from Good Will Hunting.
So what's this? The Tasty's Choice moment between guys?
This is really nice. You got a thing for swans? Is this like a fetish? It's something like maybe we need to devote some time to?
Thought about what you said to me the other day about my painting. Stayed up half the night thinking about it. Something occurred to me. I fell into a deep, peaceful sleep and haven't thought about you since. You know what occurred to me?
No.
You're just a kid. You don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about.
Why, thank you.
It's all right. You've never been out of Boston.
Nope.
Right from the outset, the monologue begins with an admission by Sean Maguire that he, was affected by the events that preceded this moment, and the way in which Will Hunting's character had made him feel, because of the way he had addressed basically the history of Sean and his now passed away wife. The scene prior to this, in which there's a confrontation between the two, is also very powerful. But here we're seeing the beginning of this process through the monologue that's being given of Sean Maguire basically starting to share his knowledge about what he can already tell about the character of Will Hunting.
So if I asked you about art, you'd probably give me the skinny on every art book ever written. Michelangelo. I know a lot about him. Life's work, political aspirations, him and the Pope, sexual orientation, the whole works, right? I bet you can't tell me what it smells like in the Sistine Chapel. You've never actually stood there and looked up at that beautiful ceiling. Seen that. If I ask you about women, you'd probably give me a syllabus of your personal favorites. You may have even been laid a few times. But you can't tell me what it feels like to wake up next to a woman and feel truly happy. You're a tough kid. I ask you about war, you'd probably throw Shakespeare at me, right? Once more into the breach, dear friends. But you've never been near one. You've never held your best friend's head in your lap and watch him gasp his last breath looking to you for help. I ask you about love, you'd probably quote me a sonnet. But you've never looked at a woman and been totally vulnerable. Known someone that could level you with her eyes. Feeling like God put an angel on earth just for you. Who could rescue you from the depths of hell. And you wouldn't know what it's like to be her angel. To have that love for her be there forever. Through anything. Through cancer.
The power of this monologue, the words on the page, tell the story that it really establishes for us how the character of Sean Maguire really sees right through Will Hunting. He's basically breaking down for him the difference between being smart and having experience. It's one thing to be book smart, but it's another thing to actually have lived, and have experiential knowledge. That's what creates emotional memories and moments within our lives that we preserve and that we use in our growth. And so this monologue, which of course is masterfully performed by the late Robin Williams, really shows how the right actor can take words off of a page that were crafted so thoughtfully and carefully, and through what is an amazingly subtle delivery, it creates this powerful moment within the context of this story. We're not even halfway through the film at this point, and yet we're beginning to see the beginnings of what will eventually become trust between these two characters. And so as we look at this monologue and we, sort of relish the scene, but also the words, I know for myself, I can't help but be affected every time I see this scene. The low-key, soft way in which these powerful words are delivered, of course, are key to their success. And of course, as we all know, this led to Robin Williams winning the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for this film. And so, and there's many amazing scenes that he's in. But this one is the one that for me, in the, let me see, almost 26 years, 27 years since this movie first came out, it's still powerful. And it begins with the words on the page.
And you would know about sleeping sitting up in a hospital room for 2 months, holding her hand, because the doctors could see in your eyes that the terms visiting hours don't apply to you. You don't know about real loss, because that only occurs when you love something more than you love yourself. I doubt you've ever dared to love anybody that much. I look at you, I don't see an intelligent, confident man. I see a cocky, scared, shitless kid. But you're a genius, Will. No one denies that. No one could possibly understand the depths of you. But you presume to know everything about me because you saw a painting of mine. You ripped my fucking life apart.
The absolute honesty of the character at this point, the way in which these lines are delivered. Again, everything that is good about this scene is really about the words that are being said. And again, you feel the pain of Sean Maguire as he recounts or relives in his head what it was to take care of a wife who passed from cancer. You feel the urgency that he has in wanting to reach out to this kid and to begin to lay a foundation of trust. And the power of this script is completely in the fact that these words had to be delivered perfectly in order for this scene to really work.
You're an orphan, right? Do you think I'd know the first thing about how hard your life has been? How you feel? Who you are? Because I read Oliver Twist? Does that encapsulate you? Personally, I don't give a shit about all that, because you know what? I can't learn anything from you. I can't read in some fucking book. Unless you want to talk about you, who you are. Then I'm fascinated. I'm in. But you don't want to do that, do you, sport? You're terrified of what you might say. Your move, Chief.
Just a powerful, powerful scene that was performed so beautifully. I mean, if you think about not just the delivery of these words, but the look on Robin Williams' face as he, shows such compassion and, firm urgency, trying to reach the character of Will Hunting through these words. And then just walking away, leaving the moment hanging there, allowing Will to have the opportunity to make, think about this and make a decision. This screenplay was recognized the same year for, or winning the Academy Award for Best Screenplay. And it's, if you haven't seen the movie, I highly encourage you to do so. And if you have, I encourage you to revisit it again, because again, it stands the test of time in relation to, the message of the film. And so as we begin to wrap up this episode of Word Sandwich, I just, hope that we continue this journey together to see, the power of the written word, whether in film or music, plays or poetry, whatever the case might be, books, anything. It's scenes like this, monologues like this, off of a screenplay that really show the power of words. So thank you once again for spending some time with me here on Word Sandwich, exploring the magic of words, the power behind a great screenplay, and the messages that it can convey are just amazing. If you will, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel, as well as clicking the notification bell so you know when future episodes and other content land here on my page. So thank you so much again for being here. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the episode, give it a like and comment below whether it's song lyrics you want me to explore on a future episode, perhaps other movie scenes, books or poetry, anything that you know or you feel is a great example of words as art. I'd love to take a look at it and talk about it for you. Until next time, thanks for being here. And remember, you're awesome, you're amazing, and the world's a better place because you are in it. Take good care of yourself, be good to yourself, and I'll see you soon.